State explain. Kansas. Kansas is the 34th state to join the Union. It is the 15th in size and 36th in population. Kansas gets its name from Native Americans, the Kaw/Kansa people. Kansas has a very similar name to Arkansas. They're both named after Native Americans, the Quapaw and Kaw, aka the Akansa and Kansa. They have nothing to do with each other than French people found them. And French people are terrible at spelling because for some reason they just love putting in letters that they don't pronounce to words for very stupid reasons. So yes, this is Kansas and this is Arkansas. Despite this, people from Kansas do say it's the Arkansas River. It's known as the Sunflower State because sunflowers, much like Kansas, get a lot of sunshine. Also, they grow everywhere. And it's said that Kansas is flat as a pancake, because the tallest peak is not that impressive. Capital is Topeka, but the largest city is Wichita. Other notable cities include Dodge City, Garden City, Coffeyville, Hutchinson, Concordia, Overland Parks, Manhattan. Rock City has these giant boulder things formed because of continental drift, and at least some of Kansas City's metro area is actually in the state of Kansas. Most of it is still in Missouri. Kansas is home to a lot of natural oil and gas, mostly helium. Kansas is home to Freddy's, Pizza Hut, and even White Castle. The Bruce elevator is the largest wheat elevator in the world. It's a half-mile long. This Kansas county is Barton, named after Clara Barton, who is not a native of the state, but was the founder of the U.S. Red Cross. The Great Plains are often referred to as the Heartlands because north of Lebanon, Kansas is the center of at least the lower 48 states. The real center of the U.S. is private property in South Dakota. Kansas is one of many states formed from Louisiana Territory, but Kansas Territory itself was formed because of the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. Other than forming the two territories, this is probably one of the worst acts the U.S. government ever passed because it allowed people to choose to be a free or slave state, so everyone had to run out to the territories, which directly led to Bleeding Kansas, which was a micro-civil war, which led directly into the Civil War, Kansas being the last official state to join before the Civil War broke out. But after that, to get people to actually move out there for good reasons, they made the Homestead Act of 1862, which was literally the government giving out free land if you couldn't prove it for 5 years. During the Great Depression, to add salt to the wound, because the Great Plains are so flat and lacking of trees, all the soil kind of just rose up because of how windy it was and created the Dust Bowl. Kansas is the beating heart of the Great Plains/Midwest, whatever you want to call it, and is the heart of all the stereotypes you associate with this place, like farmland and agriculture, cows, tornadoes. Kansas has the second most tornadoes in the U.S. after Texas. Politically, Kansas is very conservative. Last time they voted for the left was in 1964, but there are some liberal ideas about Kansas, like having the first female mayor of the U.S. and a town called Liberal. There has not been any presidents born in Kansas, but Bob Dole and Charles Curtis were close. Charles Curtis being the first half-Native American to be vice president. Other famous people from Kansas include Elvira, Barry Sanders, Louise Brooks, Buster Keaton, Dennis Hopper, the sad clown himself, Emmett Kelly, Arlie Ermines, Joe Walsh, and Amelia Earhart, who's one of the most famous pilots of all time for good reasons, but you probably know her just because she went missing. Some media set in Kansas include a lot of Superman media, the Wizard of Oz franchise, the Dennis the Menace franchise, and King Kung Fu. But what do you guys think about Kansas? You live there? Plan on visiting? Did I leave anything interesting out? Let me know in the comments below.